At least 4 civilians killed as Israel has hit southern Lebanon. This just hours after Hezbollah strikes wounded multiple people inside of Israel. The latest escalation stoking fears of a second front after Gaza. Well, for more, we can cross now to France 24 senior correspondent Catherine Norris Trent. Catherine, we've seen escalations over the last 4 months several times at Israel's northern border. This is being qualified as perhaps one of the most serious.
Right, tensions have been simmering up there on that border between Lebanon and Israel pretty much ever since October the 7th, and there's been rocket fire from Hezbollah and strikes from the Israeli side as well. But this does seem to be stepping up a notch. The chief of staff of the Israeli army was up touring the north today, visiting local troops and trying to reassure people from the area, saying that Israel was about to carry out a new series of strikes on Lebanon, and said that this will be offensive in nature and that they will use all the tools and capacities at their disposal. He said that Hezbollah will pay a heavy price for its strikes on Israel. Several civilians reported wounded in attacks on Israeli soil there, and the Israeli Air Force and army has responded there in strikes in southern Lebanon. So we've been hearing about these fears that this new front could open up further, could expand, become a new major centre of war in Israel. And there's a feeling today that tensions there just stepped up a notch, so definitely something to keep an eye on.
Meanwhile, the press to go on to Rafah continues despite international pressure for Israel to ease off.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Benjamin Netanyahu is heeding the repeated calls from allied countries and from countries across the world, especially Arab states, not to press on with the military offensive, especially in Rafah. He's just said that the Israeli delegation won't be going back to peace talks in Cairo on Thursday, saying Hamas has come up with no new prospects at all for a hostage release deal. And I have to say, people we were speaking to down on the southern border of Israel, down on that border with Egypt today, we were filming with them, and they, lots of them were saying they wanted the military operation to continue. And in fact, we were talking with a group of protesters, perhaps up to 100, a few dozen in any case, who go, they say, 3 times a week to checkpoints on Israel's southern border with Egypt to try and stop deliveries of humanitarian aid that are coming there to be inspected to go on into Gaza. And when we ask them how they could do this when clearly, the civilian situation is so dire inside Gaza, this is something that aid agencies have been reiterating for weeks now, if not months, about the whole of Gaza. They say that they believe that the aid is being fully diverted to Hamas, and they don't see any reason why they should be fueling their enemies. So very hard attitudes down there. They're not, the whole of Israeli society by any means, but they are managing to slow down these aid deliveries. So the tensions, of course, remaining very high. And a lot of public opinion here inside Israel does remain in favor of this offensive, at least until all the Israeli hostages can come home.